What's going on, world? It's your boy Showbiz from Gundamentals. Today we're going to talk about my favorite AR pistol. Gundamentals.com. Gun that I show you on here, for the most part, I carry, I use, I shoot. These are active guns that I ride around with on the daily. So yeah, they're a little fucked up. They look like they're used. They look like weapons of war. They're not brand new out the case. Nobody let me borrow this to make a video. This is mine. We're gonna talk about the AR pistol. This right here is a 7.5-inch barrel. A lot of people frown on that, even me, because the AR bullet was designed to come out of a 16-inch barrel or better. Although an AR pistol will still travel about 100 yards, 200 yards with no problem, and it'll travel longer than that, but an effective range, let's say 100 yards, a football field. But if somebody's past the football goal, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I ain't gonna shoot it out with them. People frown about the AR-15 pistols because they're like, that bullet was designed to come out of a 16-inch barrel or a 21-inch barrel. And, you know, bullets react because of velocity. They do what they're supposed to do depending on the speed they travel. For example, and I'm not a human chronograph, so I'm just gonna make close guesses. An AR-15 bullet, 223 or 5.56. This right here is a 5.56 green tip. I know you heard about it. We'll talk about that in a second. This bullet normally coming out of the right barrel should be traveling about 3,600, 3,700 feet per second. Google that and look how many miles per hour that is. That's a fast bullet, very fast. The reason it travels so fast is because it's very light, it's moving, and it's a tumbler round. When it hits what it's supposed to hit, it's gonna flip-flop. Almost like a bad football pass. It's gonna go through there and just do some serious damage. Being so light, this was a problem in some conflicts, especially in the jungle, like in Vietnam, for example, where the Americans were shooting 223 or 5.56. And if you ever watch a video with tracer rounds, you see them hit and it looks like they bounce off and they like ricochet off and shit. The problem with the 223 or 5.56 is very fast, very light. So if it hit a bamboo stock or anything out there in the jungle, it would hit and skip off. But the AR round, believe it or not, was designed to maim, not necessarily to kill and destroy like a AK. That's made to take limbs and shit off. This was designed to maim, meaning like whoever came up with this stupid shit probably should be shot by one of these. What they said was with the 223 or the 5.56, if you shoot an enemy combatant, he's not going to die. He's just going to be fucked up. And it's going to take 2 other soldiers to pick him up and carry him around the battlefield. Therefore, now 3 guys are down. Makes sense. But at the same time, these guys are trying to take me from my family. They want me dead. So guess what? I want them dead too. So I'd be mad as hell if I was out there with one of these. Although the AR round is a lot more stable, a lot more flat shooting, a lot more accurate. So you can do surgical with this shit. And that's why a lot of operators carry stuff like this. It's very surgical. If you master this weapon, for example, this one, like I said, I carry this. I've shot this thousands of rounds through this gun. I've used this. This is accurate as hell, boy. I got this red dot, this Romeo, locked in. Wherever that dot is, this bitch hits, and I'm zeroed in at 50 and 100. I mean, it's zeroed in pretty well. Actually, let me stop lying. It's zeroed at 25 and 50. But if you know anything about that, 25 and 100 is the same. I personally prefer an AK, but we're here. I love this gun. I do carry it. I'm not afraid of it. I carry a 5.56 instead of a 223 when it comes to ammo. A 223 is a 55 grain bullet. 5.56 is a 65 grain bullet. So like I'm sure you know, and we've discussed before, the heavier the round, it's gonna do some devastation when it hits, you know what I mean? Hopefully it's gonna lodge up in there. The green tip round, I know you see these all the time, the green tip. This is a military surplus round. Green tip, it's a penetrator. It has a steel core inside of here. So when this hits, if you're hiding behind a steel trash can, you're hiding behind a steel drum, or you're in a car and you think you're safe, that 5.56 gonna come through there and greet you and meet you and eat you. Believe that. 223 gonna do it too, but a 223 is known more as a varmint round. Varmints would be like hedgehogs and groundhogs and shit out on the farm. A 2.23 is gonna go out there and reach out and kill him. A 5.56 is gonna reach out and destroy him. Imagine that. So a 2.23 is a good round, but a 5.56 is better. Now, 7.5 inch. I showed you on one of my shorts a 4.5 inch. That's a range toy. I have fun with it. If I was in a shootout in my house, that might do the job. If somebody was down the block and they're shooting at me with a rifle, I think I'm gonna go with something longer. Let's talk about this pistol for a minute. Most AR pistols, like I said, this is a pistol. This gets the same rules and regulation as one of these. Same shit. Thing about a pistol is, you notice, let's talk about this one. This one I built myself. I bought the lower by itself. And everything from the internals to the barrel to everything I put on here myself, I built it the way I wanted to. What you have back here is a brace. This is not a stock. This is not a butt stock. It is a brace. It was actually designed by a veteran to, if you open this whole Velcro up and you can slide your arm into here, kind of like a one-handed brace. Me, although it's a good idea, it's ridiculous because this shit ain't the lightest thing in the world unless you Vin Diesel or something. This bitch is heavy to me. But currently the ATF is trying to ban this. This is called a brace. It's called an AR pistol brace, and they're trying to ban the fuck out of this right now. Like this week, like right now. They haven't banned it yet. So keep your fingers crossed, write your senators and call the people you need to call to tell them to get off our nuts because it's not doing nothing different to the gun. They're like, oh, you know, the people that don't know what it is. Oh, it turns your gun to a machine gun. What? Those are the same people that call magazine clips. Whole nother topic. We have what we have on here, Magpul furniture. Magpul is one of my favorite accessories for my ARs and any of my guns. Magpul, here we have the Magpul magazine, empty. This is the Magpul grip. This isn't the standard grip you get on the AR. You know, that little bullshit with the little finger grooves. This is a Magpul. Very nice. My sling is made by Magpul. My AFG, this is a forward grip. I'm gonna tell you about that. This is also made by Magpul. On an AR pistol, you are not, I repeat, not allowed to have a 90-degree grip. You can't have a little grip in the front. That makes it illegal. Excuse me. I'm a little under the weather today. I'm sure you can tell. You can do an angled forward grip. That's what AFG stands for, angled forward grip. That's totally legal. It keeps you within the legal realm. Anything other than that, be very careful because if you get caught with that, it's a federal charge. Magpul flip-up sights. These are backup sights, obviously, because I'm using a SIG Romeo. This is Romeo 0, Romeo 5, whatever the fuck it is. I'm using a SIG, very good sight. I've dropped this. I've kicked it across the floor. I've treated this gun like it was in combat, and it never loses to 0. This red dot is a beast. Thing about an AR pistol, when you go to a short barrel, you're going to get a fireball, a breathing dragon, a big, humongous fireball out of this gun that's going to go in every direction. So if you're shooting this gun at nighttime, imagine somebody taking a picture of you with a flash and your eyes get all fucked up and you start seeing sunspots. That's going to happen when you're behind this and you shoot and that big light flashes. You're going to be fucked up. What we have on here is a flaming pig or flaming hog, I think they call it. And it's from... I've had this piece for so long. It is made by, it's gonna come to me in a second. Anyway, what this does, it controls that burst. It controls that fireball. This is designed to send that fireball forward so it's not all over the place. You know what I mean? So if you were watching me shoot this from the side, the fireball normally would be like a big beach ball in front of it. With this, it's going to look more like a dragon breath. It's going to go straight out. So that's what this is for. And this is made by, damn it, it just hit me. Oh, Noveske. Told you I remember. Noveske ZX, some bullshit flaming pig. Look it up. This is a very nice thing. It's not cheap, but it helps out a whole lot. We also have on here the bad lever. The bad lever is also from Magpul. Of course, some haters are going to say, oh, that's some mall cop shit. That's some old mall gun. That's because they don't really shoot their guns. What this is for is so that you never have to take your hand out of action. If you're holding your pistol, let me take this sling off real quick because it's driving me crazy. You're like, who puts a sling on a pistol? I do. So if you're holding your AR pistol, boom, and you're actually in a confrontation, boom, 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 you're shooting. And when as soon as it runs out of ammo, it's gonna stay open like that. Boom, you're gonna throw it out, you're gonna throw a new mag in there. Most of the time you gotta flip the gun over and hit this. That puts it back in battery. What the bad lever does is it gives you access at your fingertips. So when you're doing your thing and you gotta switch your mags and you're still in a fight, all you do is hit that with your finger and it drops it back in battery. So you don't have to get off a target. You can still be rocking and utilize your finger. That's what a bad means. And it's called a battery assist lever. Battery is when you have a round in the chamber. When they say your weapon's in battery, you have a round in the chamber, it's ready to go. This is a battery assist lever. Boom. Everything on it, like I said, is from Magpul. Down to my grips. And I love this gun, man. This is my AR pistol, my 7.5 inch. Everything I have, as you notice, has the Punisher logo on it. Here's the extended mag for this gun. I'm not gonna rack it because it's actually loaded. It's got ammo in it, but now you have 40 rounds. So I can go from 30 round standard magazine, I can go to 40 round, which is 40 rounds, and I have double mags, I have drum mags, I got a 50 round drum. A lot of shit you can do to this gun, man. A lot of people say that the AR-15 is like a grown-up Lego kit, and they're not bullshit. You can actually change everything. They got these guns with purple and paint splatter on them and chrome barrels and all kinds of wild shit. What I recommend, do not, and this is with any gun, I don't give a fuck what they tell you. If you're really gonna use your weapon to defend your life, and you may have to get in some type of conflict with this weapon, I personally recommend you do not fuck with the factory trigger, all them aftermarket parts that you start throwing on your gun thinking it's cool, it shoots faster. You're lining yourself up for some type of malfunction. Perfect example. I got this trigger. I'm not gonna say the name brand because they did fix the problem, but it's a very popular trigger. It's a flat face trigger and it's so dope. I bought that trigger, I dropped it in my gun, took it to the range, shot about a magazine and a half. Let's say about 45 bullets, right? The gun stopped resetting. What's a reset? This is a reset. When you pull the trigger, see my finger is still down. Listen to this. You hear that click? The reset is when you let your finger on the trigger and it resets back to pull mode, right? What happened with the aftermarket trigger is it wouldn't reset. I would have to literally put my finger behind it and push it forward. So something in there was snagging or it wasn't doing what it had to do. Now imagine if I was in a gunfight and that happened. That would have been devastating. And the crazy part about it is I bullshitted the company and I called them and I told them I was in a gunfight when it happened. I said, I'm an operator and I was in a serious situation. And when I was shooting, my trigger malfunctioned. And the lady was like, oh my God, are you serious? I was like, yeah, the motherfucker wouldn't work. And I could have died. And they was, we're going to send you a whole new one. And they sent me the box and everything. And I went in there, I realized there was a little burr on there and I cleaned it up and it works fine now. But that's just a lesson I learned on if you're going to put any type of aftermarket accessory on your carry rifle or pistol, please make sure you test that bitch. Shoot 1,000 rounds, 500 rounds. Like really work that thing so that you know that gun is gonna always work for you. I don't like to fuck with my triggers. I don't like to put any accessory on here that may hinder the performance. Once again, like I said, this is a very beautiful gun on Gundamentals. Look, you can even see some little oil grease marks. I swapped this trigger out yesterday. I actually put a binary trigger in here yesterday. And that motherfucker rocks and rolls, boy. But with all the drama, with the switches, and these people complaining that you're making your guns automatic, I don't want no drama, man. I shoot a lot. I shoot around a lot of police officers. I go to the range where I go. There's a lot of, law-abiding regular people there, and they're not impressed by no shit like that because they might hit me with the Charleston White and call 911 on me. Shout out to my man Charleston. But I like that you keep it stock, man. And if you know your gun and you know how to shoot and you know your trigger system, I can shoot this faster than you. Promise you that. And I don't shoot it with my eyes closed. I actually shoot with both eyes open like you should. You don't shoot with your eyes closed, one eye open, all that shit. That's for some long range sniper shit. But when you're in the actual situation, I'm gonna put the empty one back in there. When you're in an actual situation and you're working and you're rocking, you have to have both eyes closed open so you can see around you, what's coming up from next to you, you know what I mean? They call that situational awareness. Very important. We'll discuss that too. But like I said, man, we talked about my AR-15, 7.5 inch, one of my favorites. Oh, I didn't show you this. I even have the extended, look at that with the Punisher on it. You fucking with that? Yeah. Anyway, you ain't ready for all that shit. I got too much Punisher shit on here, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have the Punisher come on in here and do a show with me one day. But folks, I appreciate you tuning in to Gundamentals. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, like, get notified. Click that little bell on that corner where it says get notified. And every time I pop up with a new video, you're going to see it. You're going to get notified. You're going to tell your friends and share this, man. Look, I'm just a dude, man, having fun, trying to give you a little 101 and show you tons of guns, man, on Gundamentals.com. Thank you for tuning in. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what you want us to talk about. Any guns that you might want to see, trust me, I do have them. And I have people that have them. And we're going to show the guns in here. I got some big surprises coming to you. And matter of fact, I'm going to say that for later. Tune in, man. Gundamentals.com.
Gundamentals.